Now you know we got to talk about the dog pound, man. I know you look at you cheesing.
Yeah.
Like you just got some cheeks, man. Georgia, Texas, you got your wish. You got obviously Alabama losing at home to Oklahoma, and then you said you wanted a convincing win by the Texas.
I said a 3-win or 3-score win, but we got a 4-score win. I'll take it.
Yeah, that was a beatdown. We got to talk about that. This is Inside of the Red Zone, episode 12 of our great show. Of course, with my main man, Mr. Moneybag Joe. You got all the money, and you know the holiday season coming. And then, of course, you got myself, Seby, here on Inside the Red Zone. As I mentioned, episode 12, proud and presented by Flacco City Studios. And again, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. Let's talk about your dog pound. He's got a different type of grin on his face today. He got the dogs on his head. Talk to me.
All season long, bro, we have struggled against Florida, against fucking almost
Miss,
everybody.
Yep.
We struggled. And then these last 2 weeks, dog, I think everyone should be scared of how Georgia's playing right now. I mean, Gunnar Stockton's making a Heisman move. Like, he's climbing in the ranks. Our secondary just looks phenomenal. Number 15, I forget his name. He's a freshman. Kid is getting better and better every single week. He's a lockdown corner. And then you got Chauncey Bowens. I hope he's okay. I haven't read up on that injury, but I mean, dude, we're just firing on all cylinders against the best run defense in the country. Or no, I think that's Texas A&M, but one of the best defenses in the country. So I think if you're Alabama or Texas A&M, you do not want to see us in the SEC championship.
Yeah, I would agree. Georgia right now is on a roll. They got some help this weekend. We'll get to Alabama later on, but they're looking really good. That secondary starting to gel. I still got concerns, but they're starting to gel. The offensive line has gotten better, but I'm going to tell you this, and we've been hard and critical of him. Mike Bobo deserves some credit.
Absolutely.
Mike Bobo been pulling out some stunts. He been pulling out some plays.
Been cooking.
He been cooking. He been cooking. He definitely
Bobo.
been cooking for sure. I got to say that. I love what I'm seeing from him right now. I love the offense. It's got a lot of eye candy to it, but you can tell like it's flourishing. It's fluid.
Chef Bobo RD.
Chef Bobo RD. So, as you mentioned, I think Georgia's in a great position right now. We got Charlotte, and then I think Georgia Tech at the end of the season. I'll be there in Atlanta. So, they're positioned themselves very well right now. Obviously, they clinched the East. So, as you mentioned, Alabama or Texas A&M, whoever they're going to face in the SEC title game, that's going to be very, very interesting. And it's not far-fetched. They still got a shot at one of the 1 seeds.
So they got rid of the East and West this season, and it's the top 2 in the SEC.
Okay.
And technically, we're not in yet because we have the same record as Alabama in the SEC, but they have a tiebreaker in the head-to-head.
Right. That's right.
And
That's
Texas A&M hasn't lost the game, so they're obviously number 1. But yeah, we're still behind Alabama. We still need a little more help.
You still need a little bit more help. That's right. That is correct. They got the tiebreaker against you guys, and then Texas A&M, who are undefeated. But let's talk about them.
Bro.
What happened there?
So I went with my dad down to like Jackson, Georgia, Saturday morning. So I was gone till like 2 o'clock maybe, and I'm on my way home looking at the score, and I see 27-3, and I was like, or no, I think I looked at it at 20-3, and I was like, holy shit, we're gonna get some help. And then I looked again, it was 27-3, and then I looked like a minute later, and it was 30-3. I was like, holy shit, dude, Texas A&M lost. Like, there's no way that they're coming back from this. And then you got Shane Beamer walking into the tunnel at halftime trying to mock the crowd, and it's like, buddy, you got to relax. Like, y'all are 4-6, or if that. I don't know the record, but you got to relax, bro. There's a lot of football left. But I guess he found out in that third quarter.
That's why you don't poke a bear. And then Marcel Reed
Yeah,
just went
dude,
off. He just
had
went off.
300.
I think they had almost 500 yards of total offense in that second half
That's
alone.
ridiculous.
Just with that comeback.
South Carolina just looked, dude. When I got home, I turned it on, and they just looked so stale. Like the offensive line, what's his name, Sellers.
Lenoris.
Yeah, he was running for his life every single play.
Yeah.
Like, where was this at in the
They
first
made
half?
adjustments, second half adjustments.
It's crazy.
Second half adjustment. Mike Elko's he's revolutionized that program
Absolutely.
a lot. And I've been critical of him
most
too.
impressed.
Yeah, I've been thoroughly pleased with what I've seen with Elko there as well. But the biggest of call, obviously, Alabama going down at home to Oklahoma. Now, I didn't think they had a chance because remember in the beginning of the season, John Mater, he was early talks of like Heisman, and then he got hurt, and all of these guys' resumes got a little bit better. But we found out quick that he's healthy now, and OU's defense with Venables is still legit, and they went in there and they beat Alabama in all three phases. I was concerned about
sweet feet, bro. That man can jig.
He can jig.
I was like, good Lord.
He can jig a little bit.
He looks scary.
I'm concerned about Alabama, not because I don't think they're a good team. They'll get in, but they have no running game. They have no running game
And
at all.
that's unlike them.
Yeah, that's strange. Now, they have an elite quarterback and very good defense, but they have no running game. And when you're either under center or you're in shotgun all the time and the defense knows how to gang up on you every down, you don't want to be predictable. I think that's going to be their downfall.
I agree. I think they got the athletes, obviously, but you gotta have a run game. It's just nothing to it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Agree with you with that. The second college football playoffs come out tonight. How do you think it's going to pan out, and where you see Georgia going to sit at?
I see Georgia at 4. I mean, they have I wouldn't even say they have a shot at 3, but Texas A&M had a bad week. I think this was their first bad week, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, they had a bad half.
Yeah.
So I see Ohio State. I think, honestly, Texas A&M should be number 1, but Ohio State's reigning champions. They're going to stay there. Indiana looked iffy in their first half against a shit team, and then they turned it up in the second half.
Yeah.
So they stay at 3 or 2, Texas A&M 3, Georgia 4, and then piss on anybody after that.
Yeah. I like Ole Miss at 5. Like I said, I've been impressed with them all year. I think that Georgia loss is a good loss to me. So, but I agree with you. I'm not so worried about the Indiana and Ohio State. They're going to play itself out in the Big Ten title game. So Texas A&M, if they win the SEC, could get there, or Georgia. So I'm not worried about those two in the Big Ten. But I'm excited to see how the college football playoffs rankings come out tonight. So let's shift to the NFL. I know you saw a little something. Talk to me what you saw this weekend. If you saw anything.
The Falcons.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's a tough
They're
blow.
lost cause.
They're a tough
They're
blow.
a dumpster fire. They're like a Giants, Jets, Bengals. You can throw. I mean, you just throw the Falcons in with them. I'm about sick of fucking rooting for them, honestly.
Penix is a big blow, though. You can't anticipate that. You know what I mean?
No, but you can anticipate a win against the worst team in the league.
That's true.
It doesn't matter, first or second string quarterback.
You know what's crazy, though? Carolina be winning games. They got 6 wins. They 6-5.
Yeah.
They went into Lambeau. I thought that was fluke, but they went to Lambeau. And Bryce Young threw for 450. I don't know how, but Carolina be winning games. I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't know, but
They don't pass the eye test. I mean, their record looks good, but it's Carolina, bro. Dumpster fire.
We talked about last week how there's only 2 teams that's total top 5 in offense, top 5 in defense in FC West. They're division rivals, the Rams and the Seahawks. I thought even as bad as Sam Darnold played, they had a chance to win it at the end with that field goal that got blocked. But my concerns is this: is Sam Darnold ever going to be a big game guy? Because 4 interceptions, we found out that the Rams is their kryptonite. So is he going to be a big game performer? Because this might not be the last time you see him. You got to see him again. You're in the same division. And then you might see him in the postseason. So I love the Seahawks. I think they're legit. They passed the eye test to me. But I'm concerned about Sam Darnold in big games. That's my one critique on that.
And you're valid for having that. I mean, was it
4 picks.
The Vikings in the playoffs, was it last year?
Yeah. Against the same team.
Yeah. I mean, you got to give him a couple chances, but it's Sam Darnold, bro. He's just never been in the NFL. So, I mean, he had a good season last year. I'll give him that, but
he's got a great season this year too.
He had a great program. So, we'll see.
I would only slack I'm giving him. This has been his worst game all year, by far. So I'll give him some slack. But it was a big game, so it's concerning. Heading to the playoffs because Philadelphia's rounding into form. The Rams ain't going nowhere. The Lions, although they lost that game, we'll get to them. But their defense, Lions got a defense now. So you got some teams in the NFC you got to face down the road. So that's my only concern with them. But on the flip side, the Rams, they look legit.
Matt Stafford is on a tear.
Yeah.
He's
You got to give Kiki some love on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Old Kiki, that's his Super Bowl preseason prediction.
Hey, he might be a source, so he knew something that we didn't.
He might know a little something about that Americano football.
Nah, but the Rams, they've got some grown men on there for D-line. Like Verse, Young, Byron Young, and they're legit. I actually think if I had to pick right now in a neutral site game, I would take them over Philly right now. If this was the NFC title game, I would take them over Philly right now.
Defense wins championships. Give me Philly.
The Rams got defense.
Not the Philly defense. That's the best defense in the league
right now,
for sure. Dude, look what they just did to the best offense in the league. They just was it 9 points?
Yeah.
Numbers don't lie, brother.
I will admit,
the Eagles look crazy.
Well, let's get to that game.
They're full of them dogs.
That's why you like the Eagles.
No, not really. But again, numbers don't lie.
I will say this: the trade deadline unlocked everything because you knew Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis they occupied the middle, but now they got Jaden Phillips. That just opens up everything now because now the guys in the back that wasn't making plays, they could take chances now. Mm-hmm. You can jump a route for picks. You can take some risks because that was really their weak link, the secondary. But I was impressed by what I saw with Philadelphia for sure because now they got some dogs back there and their front.
Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, dude, those are 2 cheat codes. I mean, they are behemoth humans and they're athletic. I mean, how many times did Buddy bat Jared Goff down this week? Like, he's just, I know a lot of people don't think that's real athletic, but for you to stick your hand up and that ball's coming at probably 40 miles an hour, 10 feet away, you gotta, you know what I mean? Like, takes an athlete to do some shit like that.
So you like Philly over Rams right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
Not bad. To each your own. Let's talk about Detroit because even though they lost, I was impressed by their defense. Mm-hmm. He's another one too. Jared Goff in big games. We got to start talking about it because this ain't just about the Lions. This dates back to the Rams. He's been to a Super Bowl, a big game. He didn't show up. There's been numerous times for the Lions in big games he didn't show up. He didn't show up last year against the Commanders. Now he didn't show up on this one. At some point, we got to start talking about Jared Goff not showing up in big games. So I like the Lions. I think they're decent. Especially, I'm more, convinced now with their defense coming around with Hutchinson and some other guys that they got. But it's crazy to say I think their offense might be the issue this year. Why they may not make it deep because at some point, what is he in year 10, year 12? You got to be able to win some big games.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not everybody's built for those moments. You know what I mean? Like, you got people like Mahomes, Brady. They just win. They're winners. You know what I mean? Like, you got Tim Tebow, Baker Mayfield, people like that. It's almost like they're cocky. Like, they don't give a shit about a big moment. Like, it's just another day for them in the office. And I think your Sam Darnold's, your Jared Goff's, you know, maybe your Drake Mays. I don't know.
That remains to be seen in the postseason. Yeah. He ain't in that category. I can tell you that much. He got some of that Georgia Bulldog in him. We're gonna see. We'll see. You know that we can't see in the regular season. Yeah, he'll be tested in the postseason. But let's talk about who hasn't had that dog in him, which is rare. This team was 12-0 last year in close games. 0-5 this year. Is it? I'm not gonna say, because I think it's blasphemous to say. We can't say the Chiefs are done. They've been doing this for 9 years, almost a decade. But obviously, they're not gonna win the division, right? But we got some new kids on the block in the AFC now. You got Drake May, you know what I mean? You got obviously Bo Nix now. I keep talking trash about him. All he keeps is doing is winning. So we won't be able to judge him until the playoffs too. That's another team.
That's another game I called this weekend.
You're right. The Colts. So there's a lot of new kids around the block in the AFC. So is the reign of the Chiefs over with, or you think this is just a bad year?
I think it was a bad first half of the season, but I think when push comes to shove, the Chiefs are going to lock in, and Andy Reid's going to open that playbook up for old Patty. I don't think you count the Chiefs out.
I think right now, when you look at the picture of the playoffs, Jacksonville beat them head-to-head. The Chargers beat them head-to-head. Everybody in that wild card is beating them head-to-head. Buffalo beat them head-to-head. So they really need it. It's not like one of those things where, they're rounded into form and get in. They can round in form and get in, and they still need help. That's my only concern with Kansas City. You know what I mean? And obviously, they got the head-to-head against the Ravens. But other than that, I'm concerned about them. I think they'll get in, but they're going to need some help. Yeah. They're definitely going to need some help. Now, they may get in because Jacksonville's trash. But, you know, we're going to see what happens. But on the flip side, we just keep talking. Bronco country and faithful, I told y'all this was going to be our year. Didn't I tell y'all? I don't like what I'm seeing with the quarterback. I don't like what I'm seeing with that quarterback. But their defense looking like the 85 Bears, brother. I mean, they're on record to beat the 85 Bears sacks record. Like, that could be their recipe. Mm-hmm. Great defense, and Bo Nix don't turn the ball over. And if Bo Nix don't do that, then who am I to judge? Because right now, they're making me eat crow. So, what do you see with the Broncos right now?
I see a sophomore slump in Bo Nix, but when you have a defense like that, you can have a sophomore slump and still make a push in the playoffs. So, I mean, don't count them out. No, like you were last week.
Well, I would say this: defense travels. We know that,
always.
Right? Your offense can be bad, but your defense travels in any spot. So, I will say that. But I was impressed. They did that without Surtain. He didn't even play the game. So I think that's a bad sign for Kansas City too. But yeah. Denver's in the driver's seat now for sure, and they're still got a chance at the 1 seed too. So
that they do.
Absolutely. And that's wrap this up on this episode. This is Inside of the Red Zone, episode 12 of our great show. Every Friday.
Shot at the buzzer, crowds on their feet, they stand up. Okay, goals and touchdowns, had to add a home run. When it comes to this West, I come through in the clutch.